Hello Curious and welcome back. Recently, the ex-royals Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have travelled across the country and have been out and about in New York City. The pair had visited a Harlem elementary school and later a famous soul food restaurant, all while supposedly filming a secret Netflix documentary about their lives. They also attended a 24-hour event that aimed to raise awareness of the climate crisis, vaccine inequality, and poverty. However, it wasn't their trip or the fact that they were filming something that had people outraged, but it was the cost of the whole thing, or more like the cost of Meghan's wardrobe. Why do some people seem to suggest that the couple is working on a documentary? What events exactly did they attend? What was the estimated cost of Meghan's wardrobe? And why had so many been criticising Markle? Stay with us until the very end to find out all the latest information, but before we continue, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our future videos. The Sussexes have most recently visited New York City with an action-packed time away from their Montecito home and their children, who surely had stayed behind at home, as not once were they photographed with their parents. But it wasn't just their trip or lack of children that aroused great interest in their travels, but the fact that the two had allegedly been secretly filming their visit for a rumoured Netflix documentary about their lives. As Page 6 has reported, they brought their own videographer with them who was seen joining them on outings around the whole city. There have been no official announcements about the rumoured production, but allegedly creating a fly-on-the-wall documentary about their lives was one of the first things that the two had ever discussed with Netflix chiefs before they signed on their multi-million-dollar deal in September last year. As some of you might remember, this is something they had done in conjunction with their production company R12 Productions. So if you want to know more about their Netflix deal and the sum of money in question, you can do so by checking out our previous video, the link to which is currently being displayed above. Out of this deal, the only projects that have been confirmed so far were one documentary on Harry's so-called passion project, aka the Invictus Games, the aim of which is to give sick and injured military personnel and veterans the opportunity to compete in sports. But that isn't the end of their upcoming projects, as Markle has teamed up with Sir Elton John's husband, David Furnish, in an animated series that follows the adventures of a 12-year-old girl and which has a working title, Pearl. Though now, given that everyone has caught on the videographer and photographer that have been following the two around, starting from their visit to the 9/11 memorial, fans are eagerly awaiting more news. So stay with us until the very end to find out what their trip involved and why many had criticised Meghan during it. One of their most talked about appearances in New York was visiting the PS 123 Mahalia Jackson Elementary School in Harlem, where they met with students and teachers to celebrate the school's new initiatives, but where the main event was a reading of the Duchess's first children's book, The Bench. The PS 123 is a neighbourhood school that serves kindergarteners to 8th graders, 94% of whom, according to media reports, rely on free school meals and who live in shelters and temporary housing. Though here the Duke and Duchess's visit wasn't just a book reading, but also due to the fact that they are donating garden boxes filled with vegetables and herbs to support community access to healthy food. Their non-profit, R12, worked with Procter & Gamble to stock the school's pantry with free health and hygiene products for families of the students, and the couple had also donated a washing machine and a dryer so that the staff can wash their school uniforms. While the reports seem to suggest that the children enjoyed the visit immensely, it wasn't without much controversy. Part of their trip was also to promote vaccine equality. The COVID-19 vaccine has been a topic that has divided people, and even here, outside of an elementary school, as Markle read a book to the children, anti-vaxxers had gathered outside the schoolyard to protest and try to drown Meghan out with their taunts. Though this wasn't the only controversy that Markle has accused of, so stay with us until the very end to find out what happened. The same day, the ex-royals were spotted at the famed Harlem eatery Melbas, which is famous for its soul food. The two had met with the owner of the restaurant, Melba Wilson. Fellow diners were quick to share information about the Sussexes' visit to the place, and it was revealed that the pair were served southern fried chicken and eggnog waffles, spring rolls, catfish, collard greens, and yams. Prince Harry had also revealed that it was the first time he'd ever tried chicken and waffles, remarking that it was delicious, but also revealed that he was already familiar with collard greens and that they were his favourite, as Meghan's mother Doria often made it for the pair. During their visit, they also spoke to Melba about the non-profit City Harvest, which takes food that would otherwise go to waste from restaurants and distributes it to food programs in the city. As the restaurant later revealed, the Sussexes also vowed to donate $25,000 to support it amid citywide that COVID-19 fueled food industry struggles. So speaking about Meghan's mother, why not check out our previous video to find out more about her, and you can do so by clicking on the link above. During both the visit to the restaurant and the elementary school, some eagle-eyed fans noticed that on several of the photos, a wire from what they guessed would be a hidden microphone was seen sticking out from underneath the Duke's jumper. For most of their outings, however, Harry wore suits and coloured shirts, which would have been perfect for disguising any wires. Meanwhile, despite the warm temperatures in New York City, Meghan was wearing unusually heavy long coats for most of their appearances, which many commented that would have hidden any mic system from out of sight, all the more fueling speculations that they were filming for a documentary. However, their biggest public appearance during their NYC trip was the Global Citizen live concert. The 24-hour event, which took place on the Great Lawn in Central Park, featured performances from Ed Sheeran, Lizzo, and Billie Eilish. The aim of it was to raise awareness of the climate crisis, vaccine inequality, and poverty. As the couple took to the stage, Prince Harry urged pharmaceutical companies to waive their intellectual property rights on COVID-19 vaccines, describing the pandemic as a human rights crisis. Whether the couple was filming a documentary or not, their trip was very much charity-oriented, highlighting the importance of giving back to the community that is struggling. Sounds all fine, right? Well, even amid their plans to do some good, people found reasons to criticize the pair. Why, you might ask? Well, many had thought that Markle was a hypocrite, as she spent the trip talking about those less privileged and meeting with children who rely on free school meals, while wearing several different outfits that have cost thousands of dollars while sporting some expensive jewelry. But how much exactly did her wardrobe for the New York City getaway cost? Many publications had decided to run the math, so stay with us until the very end to find out the sums of money involved. Starting with their day one trip to the World Trade Center Memorial, the Duchess wore her cheapest outfit of the whole trip, with the entire outfit costing around $3,374. Though here it is worth pointing out that all these prices are estimates. Later that very same day, when heading to the United Nations headquarters, Meghan had a wardrobe change which came to be around $8,545. So in total, one day spent in a Big Apple clothes-wise had cost around $11,919. Her outfit for the school visit wasn't much cheaper, as it came to around $15,788 and featured a $6,900 Cartier Love bracelet, though it still wasn't the priciest outfit that the ex-Suits actress wore that trip. The following day, the two once again had been seen the Duchess sporting two outfits. On her second trip to the UN, her wardrobe set her back around $23,918, the start of which were the aforementioned Cartier bracelets as well as a $12,000 watch from the same company. For the Global Citizen concert, Markle slipped into a $4,500 Valentino dress with what appeared to be $16,500 Cartier earrings that were added to the bracelet and watch. Do you think that this might be her favourite brand? Overall, the concert's outfit would have cost the Duchess around $39,898. But it wasn't just Meghan that was called a hypocrite. Her husband was called one by internet users as well, though not necessarily for his wardrobe choices. The fact that they chose to stay at the Carlisle Hotel was also critiqued. The hotel was also one favoured by Harry's mother, Princess Diana, who was allegedly a frequent visitor and reportedly stayed in their two-bedroom royal suite, which has been priced at $8,000 a night. While the Sussexes did not stay at the suite, and not many details were revealed about their room choices, chances are that a hotel where a night at the most basic suite would set a guest pack over $1,300, it would not be hard to estimate that the prices only increased. Other criticism came their way for their security, as the couple was being allegedly protected by none other than the Secret Service. While one British publication seemed to suggest that such protection would cost around $1,370 per day, no other publications seemed to suggest any other sums of money, or even whether the pair were paying for it themselves. Though given that the concert the pair attended also highlighted the dangers of climate change, here is another reason the two were criticised by many and called climate hypocrites. And why, do you ask? All because of their gas-guzzling SUV, which the pair used to get around the city. It has been reported that the luxury convoy that carted them around included at least 2 Range Rovers, one of which has a CO2 emission of 235 grams per kilometre. And their return to California also caused some backlash, since returning from this climate change event, the pair returned in a private jet, which did not seem right with many people who once again called the pair hypocrites. So what do you think, Curious? Do you think people have the right to call the couple hypocrites? Do you think Meghan should have toned it down with her outfits, or do you think it was the work of a stylist? Is the criticism towards the pair for the trip justified? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.